Hey guys, welcome to a new video. We're doing it Ashen style today since I have a lot of unboxings to do. Stuff that I ordered, most of it is from Temu, but I do have some other stuff which obviously didn't come from there. And let's start with the first. This is the DJI Mic Mini. I was in dire need of a microphone, even though my camera's microphone is decent, I guess. I use a ZV-E10 camera for all my recordings. And microphone is quite decent, but it's really not enough, especially in the loud environment where I'm in. So this seemed good idea, being wireless and everything. I got the kit with just one mic and one receiver. You can get kits with two microphones that come in a nice charging case and everything. This one didn't. This one just came with a little pouch, which has a charging cradle for the microphone itself and just a plug for the receiver. But it's got a nice carrying case and some wind socks to help with the wind if you're filming outside, and they're in two colors depending on your outfit, I guess. So hopefully my videos from now on will sound a little better, I hope. Next up is this. It was quite cheap on Temu. I think it was like $2. It's a wire stripper, obviously, even though I do have an automatic wire stripper. Another one seemed like a good idea. Feels reasonable enough, I guess. Nothing special, but it does the job for what it is. But since it's all compact and everything, once you fold it closed, I'm guessing I could use it for the car. Keep it there and not carry all the time the one that I have in house. So let's test it out for a little bit. This side. So yeah, reasonable enough, I guess. And in the same vein, I also got this, a ratcheting terminal connector. Again, this was quite cheap. I think it was $4 or $5 together with some included terminals. So how this works, you would use these for connecting to wire terminals, since connecting a loose strand wire like this straight to a screw terminal is not exactly ideal. So you would use one of these, just put it through, make sure a little bit of the wire is showing through, then just plug it in and close it, and now you have a very, very strong connection here, which will not go away soon. So it's much easier to screw into the screw terminals. These are quite handy, especially if you're working on mains voltage. This one can be adjusted. The ratcheting strength, from what I understand, can be adjusted with the screw, and then you move it around. But yeah, quite a good deal and cheap enough, I guess. I'm bound it's gonna be proven quite useful around the house. Next up, for my soldering iron, I finally got a brass sponge to clean my soldering tip, because it's looking quite manky. So let's try it out a little bit. I'm not quite sure how to use this, but it seems like it's doing a good job. Decent enough, I guess. Let's put some solder on it. Flick it off and try again. Oh yeah, much better than a sponge with water. So quite happy with this. This was around $2, so again, probably could have found it at the same price in the home, but nah. Added it to the order. Next up is I also got some desoldering desoldering wick. Again, very cheap. I think this was like less than $1. Good to have. And I finally got some flux. The one I was using was not doing a very good job. And it was actually quite old as well, so yeah. But this one comes in syringes like this. I think there's a special kind of plunger that you use for it, which I don't have. But I did get a normal syringe. So let's try improvising a little bit, see if this works. And I use a screwdriver to push everything out. Okay. And now I can use the syringe with it and apply it wherever needed. And hopefully this type of flux will work way better than the old one. And it looks like it will. So again, for all these three, I paid, I think, around $2, maybe less. So definitely a good deal if it works as well. Next up, some electrical stuff. And on the balcony where I have my shop, I don't have a lot of outlets and I need to plug in some very, very low power stuff, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And they need to be close to my home server, and the home server has a power outlet on the back of the power supply to plug in a monitor or whatever else accessory you might have. Not very high powered, but for that I got this cable, so I'm just gonna chop this bit off, use this to plug it to the back of the power supply, and then just use a normal extension brick, whatever you might call it, just to attach it to it so I can power some stuff from it. The stuff I'm referring to is, one of them is gonna be this. This is a Gigabit 5-port unmanaged switch. Sorry. These things I've gotten really cheap since the last time I used one, and really small. I think I paid around $10 for this one, 10, 12 maybe. Yeah, very cheap, unmanaged, comes with a power adapter. This is what I'm gonna plug into it. Don't know why it comes with a power adapter. It's literally 5 volts at half an amp, but anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna use this since I only have one Ethernet cable running to my home server. And I will need to plug in the NAS. It's quite a bit old, quite a bit loud, as you can see up here. And since I only have one Ethernet cable, I'm gonna use it for both of them. I don't expect to hit both of them at the same time. Definitely not with max speed anyway, only the NAS. The home server is just for the Plex and media streaming, so I can definitely handle that through 1 gigabit connection. So yeah, quite pleased with this. I'm gonna hopefully show you soon how I'm gonna manage that. Next up is more upgrades for my shop. Since the lighting is actually not very good here, I got these somewhere online. I don't remember, to be honest. They were quite cheap. I think they were like $6 equivalent at least. Floodlights, LED floodlights, 10-watt ones, which is more than enough for the little shop that I have here. And my plan is to have them somewhere on the side so they can illuminate better the workbench for me and for you whenever I am filming stuff at the workbench. So these would prove quite handy. I'm gonna have 2 of them on each side. And to power them, turn them on at the same time with this light that's providing some of the light here, I got this, a smart, yeah, I know, a smart power socket. They are quite handy, even though security reasons left aside, they are quite handy to have. And this way I can turn all the lights on at the same time, just plug them into one outlet and turn them on at the same time with Google Voice or Google Assistant or whatever Copilot they're calling it nowadays. But it will be handy just to turn everything on, since everything is very 10, 20, 15 watts, very low power. So I'm gonna use this to power the lights on whenever I start working on the bench. Speaking of lights, I also got this 4-piece kit of LED lights, strips, whatever you want to call them. These are 12 volt. They can, again, package of 4. This mainly I got it for the trunk of my car. There's the light that's already there is definitely not providing enough light. So I thought I would just replace it with one of these. It's much way low power than that one, so it's probably gonna be fine. These came with double-sided adhesive as well, the foam type. They are very cheap and feel very cheap, but they should do the job, especially for a trunk when you're only opening it for like a few minutes at a time and need to see in. Speaking of, let's connect this to a power supply, see how it looks. Let's test it out. Yeah, definitely bright enough. Very bright, especially when it's going to be dark in the trunk of my car. So I like these, and especially for $2, they're going to be quite good. Speaking of lights, I also got a pair of flashlights. Again, really cheap. I got 2 of these. They were like $2.50, I think, for 2 of them, and they're quite reasonably powerful. I quite like it, quite shimmery on camera, but not much I can do about it. 2 settings, high, low, and sorry about that, strobing for some reasons. These charge over USB-C, and I briefly opened one of them, and what I did like about them, and they did mention it in the listing, that it has 18650 inside. So if the battery doesn't, it's not as good as you might think, you can always change it for another 18650. I have a few of them lying around from old laptop batteries, and they're gonna be definitely much better. I'm testing a few of them out to see if they still hold a charge and how good they are. But yeah, if I do need it, I can change it whenever I want, or just buy a new one. On the same vein is this. This is a headlamp. Whenever you're working on something, again, I got a pack of 2. These were $5 or $6 for the pair, I think. Again, very reasonable. I didn't expect them to be this good. They're really powerful. Like, this is really good lighting. Again, they have 2 settings, full, low, and then it also has another light on the sides for a little more like a spotlight. And again, this can go to low as well. I quite like these. Yeah, really good. Very bright. I don't know about durability, but it'll definitely do something. It also has, if you push this button for wireless for some reason, it has a motion sensor, so you can stop it and turn it on with a flick of your hand when it works. It's not very reliable, but it does have the option for some reason. Again, what I did like about these, they're rechargeable, USB-C, and if we take it out from here, inside we find again an 18650, which is really nice. You can change it for a better one if you have some spares lying around. I didn't expect this, but being that they are so good, I already have a project in mind, which I'm gonna film very soon with one of these. Just take it apart and use the LEDs and the battery pack and everything. And one of them I'll just keep as a normal head torch to whenever I'm working on something and I need more light. Another thing I've got is some writing instruments. This is a pencil, mechanical pencil, however you might call it. Again, very cheap. I think it was $3 for one of these. Why I did get it is because it has the long, narrow tip, and you can reach through holes and marking other stuff. I got the set with colors and extra pencil leads, but again, these are they were quite cheap. And if I don't mistake, yeah, here it has a sharpener, so whenever the point of your lead gets too dull, you can always sharpen it to make it to a point. So for marking up wood and projects and stuff like that, this would be quite nice. Another thing that I've got, also in the same vein, is these long nib markers. Same idea goes, it has a very sharp tip, so it can reach into holes and marking and stuff like that. And they seem reasonable enough, and again, for like $1 that I paid for it, probably less than that, they're gonna be quite useful. And speaking for what they might be useful, here's another thing that I've got. This is a center marking and drilling guide. So how you would use one of these, you would go, if you have, let's get something, yeah, this, like this piece of wood, and you want to drill right in the center of it. You could also measure it out and wing it like I usually do, but you can use one of these, tighten it, and then either mark in the center of it, or in this case this would be more useful, and now the hole will be, the marking will be exactly in the center of it, so no more fidgeting about. They also come with, I got the package with drill guides, so you just pick the right size for you for your drill bit, and you can just basically drill right through it, and you'll be right on center with it. Again, this was cheap-ish, I think, because it's made of aluminium and it actually looks quite reasonably made. With these linear ball bearings, or linear? Anyway, with these ball bearings. I think it was like $8 or $10, so not bad, especially if it helps you mark things faster. It will certainly help me with my accuracy. Anything will be better than what I do now, which is basically wing it. Next up, some electronic stuff. This little module here, which I really like. I don't even know if the camera can focus on it. This is a USB-C 18650 charger, and with this one you can charge, well, obviously 18650 batteries. These were very cheap. I think they were like 50 or 60 cents each. Very cheap. I got a lot of, like 5 of them. Let me show you one working. So you would attach it to your battery, right polarity obviously, and plug it in, and it's gonna charge your battery, and the little red light is gonna turn green or blue, I'm not exactly sure, once it's finished charging. You can get, for 18650, you can get full chargers, like desktop chargers. You can charge 4, 5, 6, 8 of them at a time, but these things were so cheap, and I'm just testing out reclaimed batteries from old battery packs. So for me this is quite useful to quickly go through them, see which one holds the charge. I charge them for like 20-30 minutes, and then check them the next day, see which one still holds a charge. If they do, well, then I can charge them completely and use them in some project. If they don't hold a charge, that means they're dead, and I'm just gonna dispose of them properly. But these are quite cheap, and I really like them. Next up is this. This is a leather sewing kit with some waxed thread. Hopefully, that's what the advert said. So I want to make a little bag for my camera when I carry it around whenever I need it, and I have some extra leather lying around, and I figure, why not just do it myself instead of paying. Probably would have been better to pay like 50 or 60 bucks for a carrying case for it, but I decided I want to make my own, and so I bought this kit. Like, comes with a wax thread and some other bits and bobs and accessories, and probably the most important are the little piercers with holes inside. I don't know how these are called. I have no experience with Leatherwork, but I figured I'd just give it a shot. So yeah, again, quite cheap. Let's see how it works. Probably there'll be a video featuring it quite soon. Next up is this, a camera body for my, well, the camera that I'm filming with now, the ZV-E10 first generation. I got this again on Temu. This was, I think, 20 bucks. Yeah, 20 bucks. Anywhere locally was literally double the price for the exact same thing. So this was a good deal from Temu, at least I think. About it fitting and everything else inside, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to test it out, but I'm pretty sure it will, considering the reviews. You can take stuff out that you don't like this chintzy wood grip. But it seems like a good deal. I'm planning to build some camera lights, like, so I can attach it via these mounting holes. Otherwise, looks good. Decent quality, anodized aluminum or aluminium. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Seems really nice, and they give you some Allen keys to take it apart if you don't need one of the sides or the top or whatever from it, or the handle. You can take it off. Next up is this. White markers, surprisingly difficult to find, especially locally. In stores, you just ask them about it and they like look at you like you're weird. Anyway, these were cheap. I think I paid for both of them like less than $2, maybe $1.50. But these seem like a good idea. Yeah, alcohol based, I think. Not exactly sure, but they seem to work really well. Let's not try it. But for marking dark stuff and everything, when you need, especially like metal or something, when you need it, these are gonna be quite useful, I think. Next up is this, a simple deburring tool. I got it with the set with some spare bits. I'm not exactly sure about the quality, nor do I care that much, to be honest. Considering how cheap it is, just a few bucks. There's this. Oh yeah, you can store extra bits here. Nice. Considering what I paid for it, I think it's gonna do the job, especially for what I work around. Oh, sorry, something fell. So if you don't know what these are used, well, basically like this. Just softening edges, removing sharp edges, and seems to work on aluminium at least. And the top spins around, so you can go around in holes and deburr them. But yeah, good tool, especially for like the $2 I paid for it. Bound to be useful. Next up, another thing which is difficult to find locally and surprisingly expensive locally. I think I paid like, I don't know, $7, $8 for this, maybe less. Well, just standoffs, nylon standoffs. This would have been quite useful back when I built my NAS, but I didn't have a set. Nylon, why would you use nylon instead of brass or whatever else they're made of? Well, electric conductivity, since the Raspberry Pi that I use for my NAS is very small and compact, so the brass standoffs might have touched something, or it didn't, but might have. If I had these, I would have felt way better about it. But now I do have them, so for any other project that I might have, now they'll be handy, and it's plenty of them around here for all my needs. Next up is this. This is a leatherworking toolkit set, I guess. So it comes with a lot of things, like this is like for hole punches, yeah. This, I'm not exactly sure of the names of everything. This looks like a edge trimmer. Forgive me, all the tool leather workers that actually know what they're doing. I think this is an edge trimmer, like the trimming the sides. This is something, I guess. And a lot of tools inside here, and some just like nail files, and some punches as well for sewing. I plan to do some leather work soon. Look for the video about it. Just a simple camera bag, so I can store my camera and all the accessories when I do take it around somewhere. So this seemed like it would do a good job, I guess. Again, I'm not a leather worker, so I don't know if it will, or if what I'm planning to make is even going to turn out decent, I guess. But time will tell, and I like tinkering around with stuff, so I got this set. Again, this wasn't cheap, wasn't expensive. I think it was like 10, 12 bucks maybe. So reasonable enough. For the quality, I'm sure it's gonna be crap. But if you're doing professional leatherwork for a job, well, I'm pretty sure you have way better stuff than this. And last but not least is this. This is a... well, there is a brand name for it, but I'm not exactly sure what it's called. This is a camera arm, like one of those flexible ones that you can move all over. And as soon as you tighten this screw, it's gonna stay in place. Well, this one's just a screw off, but you get my drift. So all the ball joints will be tight, everything will be tight, so it won't move anymore. And this is a clamp to tighten it down to a pole, like a C mount or whatever they're called, or well, basically just a table if you can fit it around it. This was cheap-ish. I think it was $12–15, something like that. Really need one, since the place where I'm filming right now and most of my videos is basically my tiny studio balcony, and it's not a lot of space, and this would help me a lot if I can attach it somewhere and film everything and move it around when I need to, without moving tripods that get in the way, since the space is so tiny. So I certainly do hope this one stands up to time, since I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. And another thing I've got, which was again quite cheap, don't know about the quality, but it seems reasonable, are this rivet set for well, I'm guessing leatherwork. These are useful for putting everything together, like buttons and ties. I don't know exactly what they're called, if there are rivets or anything else, if they're called something different. You can use it for leather, fabric, or anything else. Again, I'm planning to use them for some fabric. Come in different sizes and colors, and even came with, where is it, a hole punch exactly for it, so quite useful. 3mm, I guess, number 3, who knows, and a punch and die set, or what do you call it. In any case, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So you grab one of them, put your fabric through the hole, and from the other side, because this punch is a bit concave, so it will hopefully center itself on it. You just plug it in a little bit. Then, using the hammer that was included in the kit, you just punch it down and it's gonna hold everything together. Granted, you will do it a lot straighter when you do it, but punching without anything in the middle, these things don't work that well to keep them in place. But yeah, again, very cheap, and they're gonna come in handy for a future project that I have in mind. And last but not least, it's magnets. How do they work? Surprisingly expensive to get around here, my neck of the woods. I'm not exactly sure why. They were cheap as chips. I think it was like $2 or $3 for this set, for example. This one as well, maybe less than $2. These are quite powerful, neodymium rare earth magnets. Very strong. I plan to use them on some projects, and they're actually quite good for a lot of things. Whenever you want to attach some things temporarily together, or I don't know, you want to make if you want to make your own fridge magnet. Again, these are very small and really good at it, and quite strong. So I got these round ones, and I also got these rectangular ones. They don't seem as strong as the round ones, but they're reasonable enough. Again, for some projects that I have in mind, and they're probably going to show up in a video soon, or already out, depending on when I publish this video. These will be quite handy. If you want any of these products that I featured in the video, there will be links in the video description down below, the ones that I can find anyway. Once again, I would really like to thank you for watching. There's gonna be a new project, new video coming up soon, hopefully in a week or two. That's why I had to get all these stuff ordered in so I can finish all the projects. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and see you for the next one.